Hey, Avery. All right. Thanks for joining me. Um, might not who I am. Might not know who I am. My name's Cole Dowden. I'm a lawyer, or trained lawyer. I don't practice anymore. But I really like finance and tax. So this is just part of my little personal journal that I post up to YouTube and to Odyssey to, as a record. But also kind of like to teach myself trend analysis. So, which is just tea leaf reading for stocks, really. That's all it is. So, today, let's take a look at the big markets. DXY rolling in at 1.8. Now, I originally thought I saw DXY trending along one of its old fractals. And let's get that out of the way. But we've maintained this retesting at the 1.618 Fibonacci limit there, and we're currently under it, so showing maybe some bearish tendency there, because that right there, if we zoom in, technically we're looking at engulfing patterns, bearish engulfing patterns. While this was a spirited pattern right here, this green right here, it did not break that resistance line, and further we had more sell pressure drop down over the top here. And that's just the nature of way this basket is weighed, because this basket holds US dollars versus the other major currencies in the world. And once those are pitted against each other, if the US dollar is high, like the dollar index says it is right now, 108, then other countries, it's harder for them to use their currencies to pay back. So they have less buying power. Ideally, you'd have it around 100, and that would remain, you'd have some decent buying power. But, this is on a day chart here. I jumped down to the 4-hour, and we'll do a quick reset on that just to see how it looks there. As you can see it clearly on the 4-hour, it's broken out of that other fractal, because that fractal also is a day chart too. Either way, sometimes I use fractals for broad potential swings in the market. What we've done in the past in the same structure is this green here longer than it was here. We have the same kind of buying power, the same kind of volume, same price action going back and forth, versus the choppiness here over the same amount of time was much stronger under the downtrend here than it was previously. Again, purely as a cutout. This isn't taking into consideration market conditions at that time, back in that time. So fractals, to an extent, while they do repeat, they don't repeat perfectly. That's because there's noise in the system. So Dow Jones is even. S&P 500 push up 5 points. I think they've broken down on my fourth wave, which is retesting the first wave there. So Elliott theory here will show you. Let me draw that line out. There, see. Generally, in Elliott wave theory, you have the 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, which jumps off the second and goes higher than the 1, and then the fourth is a retest of the 1, ultimately to get the 5th leg started. May have happened with a lot of green, which we do see a little bit. NASDAQ, that's tech heavy, that's seeing a little bit more, but again, you see they're two different charts, but the patterns are the same. I'm going to focus on, for today's entry, I'm focusing on crypto, so an overall market. So we are back above 20K, and we are testing that trend line right there in Bitcoin. I think we're at the beginning of about starting off from the B wave, moving up to a C to break past back the A wave and get us back into that channel that we saw earlier. Looking at regular pricing on, see, there's really not much going on. XRP, there's news on XRP. We can do the news now. Let's go back to overview. Today is an update. We have $1 trillion market cap, 48 billion in volume again, and dominance still dropping to about 38. I always like to take a look at both linear and log when I can. Domination looks good. Okay. Pretty standard day. Let's see what's trending on live coin watch. Again, I enjoy using this website. Not everybody does, but I don't care what anybody else does. I use the tools that I like to use. So we have some trending coins. There's some decent action there. Tron is up. Interesting. I haven't done a lot of reading and deep diving back into Tron because when I did work with it and I did play with it, the wallet and whatnot, just to see what it was about, it feels like it just overcomplicated and it wasn't reliable. It kept cutting. The network just was really spotty. And I also wasn't understanding the energy fees, which is kind of like gas light as in relation to Ethereum. I'm not going to, no. Maybe in a future journal entry, but not now. Alright, I got my favorites highlighted now. So, BTC, ETH, we're all up. Look like we have a couple points off the 24-hour. Less than a point on the 1 hour, so we're looking a little bit green on the charts here. Nope, I did not mean to click on that ad, but you're very welcome, Live Coin Watch. Charts here looking rebounding, all bullish. See these line charts, weekly bullish. We're starting to look like a turn here. And what is today's date? Today's date is the Thursday. Or is it? No, it's Wednesday. Middle of the week. So we could see a little bit of a sell-off come tomorrow and Friday. Usually there's selling pressure on Fridays. Or at least there has been in the past for what I've seen. Overview, trending, exchanges. Okay, we've done that. So, oh yes, I want to take a look at this one. Let's drop XRP back into the day. And this is an old fractal of like the first big breakout of XRP. I only brought it out and copied it from way back earlier, I think in 2017. I only copied it over because of this consolidating pattern here. Keep seeing these roundings and these large breaks. 1, 2, 3. So you're trying to see what the connection is, if there could be anything. Of course, again, this is tea leaf reading, but largely when you have certain overarching conditions, you can expect markets to react similarly. This drawing out pattern, though, is much longer than this one here, so technically we're not still in it. However, if we something else that I like to do is grab the fractal pattern and stretch it out. You see now the fractal pattern any day now could see something happen. Of course, the big news is in XRP got the the nodes, all the nodes voting and everything. Let's take a look, and I think I can find that here. This is a really good, I always go on to XRP's main page and just take a look at their stuff. They have lots of really fascinating information. Here, this is the current consensus and non-fungible tokens. Yes, those were all enabled last year, and this is non-fungible tokens for here. Let's see. Yep. So, all of the node operators for XRP looks like they're pushing forward with NFTs, which, strangely enough, in mid-September, looky there, looky there, we're gonna see something. So, from what I understand about XRP is that all the node operators have to maintain above 80% for 2 weeks to implement a new service into the consensus, into the program. That, as of what I understand, what I've heard, has occurred. So, clock is ticking now. 2 weeks from now, it comes into main. And at that point, we now have the ability for these extra non-fungible tokens on the XRP ledger that are going to have a lot of extra functionality to them. There's a lot of residual rights that are getting addressed, which I think is really, really, really cool, really important. So, with that all said, that's coming up. And then, of course, we got the merge, theoretically, coming on September 13th or 15th, whatever it is. It's going to happen with Ethereum. There's going to be a lot of fish getting cut and made into bait. Fish are cut bait, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that is it. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy it. SWWS.